Well, guys, good morning. Welcome to the first ever Patlanta, sorry, Saturday morning live stream. I just want to talk about some sports cards, cards that I'm buying right now. I have been heavy buying right now. There is a particular player that I'm looking to get, and we're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. We're going to talk about PSA turnaround times. Also, PSA has upped their current um, uh, expenses or pricing. The card market is extremely hot right now, so therefore they are bogged down with grading. PSA is extremely bogged down with grading, so they have upped their turnaround times. I don't think they're able to keep up with the current demand. So naturally, they have to up the prices, kind of slow down what they receive. And yeah, what's up? Joel, I have a question. Can you hear me pretty good right now? This is definitely the first time with the current setup. I just want to hear if you guys can hear me pretty good. Okay. Is it pretty clear? Because I'm trying to come through this microphone right here. All right, but anyways, yeah, man. So Joel, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel. I'm just talking about sports cards, just talking about hobby related stuff. Thanks, man. I appreciate the thumbs up. Yeah, so just talking about hobby related stuff. I've been buying a lot of Cooper flag cards. I actually probably have purchased, shoot, man, over $1,000 worth of Cooper flag stuff right now. Good. Yeah. Buy those raw cards up, man. It's the hobby is just piping hot right now. Also, what I've been doing is I've kind of scaled into consignment. So there's a guy that, yeah, absolutely, some Bowman Chrome University. There's a guy that has recently been he's been trying to move off of his collection, but he had been collecting it for so long. I mean, this guy's got stuff from back in the 50s. So he's got, Mickey Mantle cards. So he's just got some amazing stuff. So, have been helping him move his collection, helping him sell. There's been some cards that I've run across that I thought would be good for grading, and I've been able to boost his value, particularly one that's really been significant has been the Nolan Ryan rookie card from the 1968 set. I graded that for him. It got a near mint 8 off center. The card ended up going for $3,000. I set a new high for that particular grade in that particular card for a PSA OC. The last one sold for like $2,000. This one sold for $3,000. So everybody seems dude, I'm not a big you guys know me from buying like ultra modern stuff. This has been such an eye-opening experience for me as far as buying vintage. Vintage OC used to drop value a lot. Okay, yeah. So this has just been an eye-opening experience for me, being able to buy or not necessarily buy, but it's been it's kind of an eye-opener seeing what vintage can sell for, what it does, and the power of it. And if you really get to thinking about it, they're not making anymore. They didn't make a lot of sets. Nowadays, guys, they make tons of sets for each year. Okay, you've got like, gosh, I want to say anywhere from like, what, 30 to 50 different sets that come out, and then are they overprinting these cards? It's just a lot. It's just a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. So just catching up here, Joel. Vintage OC used to drop value a lot. Yeah, vintage OC PSA 8 used to sell for same as regular PSA 6 was a 2 grade drop. Okay. Yeah. So you're pretty familiar with the market. So yeah, that it's just been really a great experience for me being able to help this guy sell his collection. And not only while I'm doing that, right, I've scaled into almost a consignment. The cool thing about it is that I'm getting to learn about a segment of the sports card world that I really didn't know much about. And it's been eye-opening. Like players like Nolan Ryan, dude, Nolan Ryan is king, right? Like Nolan Ryan will pull whatever like his value is worth all the time. And I look at he signs like I see some of his autographs sell for like $150. And he's got such a cult following. I feel like those are like blue chip stocks. Those are great investments. Um, yeah, grading vintage, man. I'm all about it. So I just sent off a whole bunch of 1975. You guys remember the two-tone, the Topps two-tone colorway? So I just sent off a whole bunch of those. There was the Robin Yount, the George Brett, which is the big card in there, right? His rookie card. I just sent that off. So this guy used to collect complete sets. And so now I'm just kind of nitpicking through, seeing what's worth sending off to the grading company to see if we can get somewhat of a decent grade just to boost his collection value. And so if you can offer someone something that they um, that will benefit them, right? Instead of just coming in and be like, hey, man, I'll give you this much for it. Sometimes that kind of rubs people the wrong way. But if you come in, right, and that's why you see so many different consignment agencies popping up on eBay now, is because people really do value what they have. And when you can provide them their utmost like experience, when you can provide them max value for what they've worked so hard on, right? Like, 'cause you could imagine this guy, if he's been collecting since 1958, he probably doesn't just want to like, here you go, man. Like, so there's so many ways that you could scale now in the sports card hobby, right? And we're going to get into, being a one-man band, because that's all I am. I'm just a one-man show. I've been using a lot of software recently, like AI, right? AI generated software like Card Dealer Pro. Man, that thing can make you into a business by yourself. It's really insane. And then if you get a decent scanner, right, that you could just feed cards through, oh my gosh, you want to talk about listing anywhere from 100 to 1,000 cards? It might take you an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, as opposed to you having to go out and find someone to pay to do that stuff for you and help you out. So AI, if you use that properly, right, and which these like Card Dealer Pro, I think there's some other ones, Chrono Card or some other stuff like that. If you utilize that, you can really create a business um, and be a one-man show. Now, the only tough part is shipping. Like when you get like tons of shipping in a day, man, that could be like head racking. And everybody I talk to, they're like, I don't want to do shipping. I'm like, oh man. So it's really hard to find people that want to do shipping. But yeah, man. So that's kind of what I've been focused on right now, other than buying, right? So who am I buying? Let's talk about that. So we talked a little bit about me being able to scale and go into consignment. Let's talk about who I'm buying. So like I told you guys just briefly earlier, I've been buying a lot of Cooper Flag cards and I've been really studying his market. Okay. Cooper Flag, look, last year we really didn't have a huge, big marquee name in basketball. I feel like people are going to be itching to buy Cooper Flag cards. So I'm just trying to get in early and often. I bought a black white stealth numbered to 48. I just bought that today for $500. Last two sold for about 600 to 660. There hasn't been many sales of that. That card hasn't really emerged much. There's only 48 of them. And as you can imagine, right, you're going to have a whole bunch of people, ripping packs, pulling that card. And if there's only 48 of those cards, that's already that card might not appear much. And I've already been able to set the new floor on that. So I bought the black white stealth. I've been buying tons of the black wave prism. And the reason why I'm going with the black variations is because his jersey color is the the black Duke jersey with the blue lettering. So already that's a color match to me. So I feel like you're able to kind of leverage yourself, or leverage myself with that black variation, or that black refractor. It takes about, it comes out of 1 every 3 packs. You get a black refractor wave. It's a black wave refractor. So 1 every 3 packs, which that makes it a little harder than just a base. I know that the chrome refractor just recently, I was bidding on one yesterday, and that one sold for the Bowman chrome refractor, first Bowman, sold for 80 something bucks. And I've been nitpicking this black wave refractor. I've been really aggressive on my negotiation tactics through eBay, and I've been getting them anywhere from 65 to 75, and then I think max I'm willing to pay is 85, because they are trading at 85 bucks right now. So I'm going to buy up a whole bunch of those. I'm going to ship them out to PSA. The 65-day turnaround should put me right at the NBA draft, and I'm just going to list and I'm going to sell. So that's my play right now. My play right now is just the Cooper flag market for basketball. I think that there's going to be a lot of hype generated. He matches the hobby needs and the hobby likes, right? And Joel, or whoever's watching this a little bit later, you guys probably understand the hobby likes, right? There's certain like unicorns that come through the league, and people tend to drive their price up. Look at Caitlin Clark. Look at Luka Doncic, right? Nikola Jokic really didn't pop like that. Yeah, he's gonna be super hyped, Joel. So, man, shout out Joel, man. You're the only one watching. It's just like you and me chilling right now. So that's cool, man. Shout out to you, Joel, for hanging out with me and smashing that like button. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already too, man, throw a subscribe up. That would be cool. Saturday morning might not be a good morning to do a live stream, man. Like it's just you and me here. We're just chilling. But like I got to build, and this is what I'm trying to focus on. Oh, you are? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, Joel. That's what's up. Who are you collecting right now, Joel? It says that you say that you've been buying some raw cards. What raw cards are you picking up? What are you speculating on right now? And also, what is it that you're trying to achieve in the sports card hobby? Is this just kind of a hobby for you, or is this more of, did it turn into a business, kind of like what it's done for me? But yeah, so, I've been focusing on Cooper flag, baseball cards. I've got tons of vintage baseball cards right now, so that's kind of keeping me busy. Good, man. Turn it into a side hustle, dude. Good luck to you. I hope the best for you. It's been working out for me this year. It really has. More so the consignment side, the buying and selling. Whenever you have to put money in and you have to scrape where you can, it's tough. It really is. But if you can somehow find people that are willing to sell their stuff, and you can help them, and where it's just straight up, you're not putting any money in. See, that's the joy and the strengths when it comes to consignment. You're not really having to focus too much on what you're putting out. I've just been looking at WWE stuff lately, raw to great, honestly. Yeah, man, dude. That's funny you bring that up. So I too have just recently got into WWE cards, and there's just, me and my daughter have gotten back into watching it. I hadn't watched wrestling, bro, since like I was a kid. And I watched it with my pop. So I'm kind of nostalgically reliving that with my kids. So it's really interesting how everything comes full circle. But yeah, WWE cards, right? With Tops and Fanatics. Dana White has recently bought out, or that parent company has bought out, I think it's called TKO, has bought out WWE from Vince McMahon. So, their marketing scheme paired with Fanatics, Fanatics has come in and really created a lot of hype, dude. So with that going on, I can foresee there's going to be some big, I think there's a lot of people that might get into sports cards, man. And if you're early, sometimes, right, everything's all about being early. If you're early, you can really benefit from that, just being early. So stuff seems to be market that's not as much graded. Don't really understand that. I think what are you trying to say, that the non-graded stuff is a little bit better? Yeah, lack of graded WWE is my opinion. Okay, so because there is such a lack of graded cards, right? I get it. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Just really, man, just keep buying where you find value. I think is probably the best bet. That's what I do. Is I'll just try to find value in certain areas, and in those pockets, just try to accumulate as much as you can. It seems like you're a grader, so as long as you are making the right plays. It's just tough now, right? When PSA is charging you $20, they're already kind of tipping into your profits at that point. And plus, with the 65-day turnaround, more of the long plays are probably the better plays now, right? So stuff that hasn't boomed yet, like your WWE that you're collecting, that's a smart play. UFC, I feel, is really cheap for being a collectible item. So you have a lot of opportunity in certain areas like a real card boom. And I'm feeling a boom coming, man. I really do. Like, my pops is getting back into selling cards. He's like, hey, I just sold $6,000 worth of cards over the last, month or so. And I'm like, man, so if my dad's getting back into selling cards, everything's word of mouth, like, cause I talk to him every day. So it's like, hey, I've been selling cards. I've been making this much money, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. All of a sudden you just get this, you get everybody back in. So it's okay. I've been interested in getting into Juju Watkins' market while she's hurt. Yeah. She unfortunately tore her ACL, man. And that's always a scary thing for me. I've seen some people bounce back from ACL tears, and then like Derrick Rose, I've seen people that haven't really made it back ever. So that's tough. And, I'm not trying to bring any negative speculation on the speculation that you're holding at this moment. But, ACL tears are always tough to come back from. But there have been some successes to it. What about legends, like players, for instance, like your LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, kind of your more blue chip stuff, right? Athletes are you collecting any of those guys? And have you found any significant value in their cards? I think LeBron being a Laker is big. Okay, so Paige Beckers came back from an ACL injury. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey, man, you never know, right? Like, and that's the beauty of speculation, and that's the beauty of just buying the low. I saw Juju Watkins current, like, what is it, the 2024 2025 Bowman Chrome, her stuff's trading for like $2.99, or maybe even cheaper than that for like her base cards. I didn't really look into the refractors or any of the other variations. Maybe you have, and maybe you have a better understanding of it. But for the most part, right now, I haven't really checked out what her prices are going for. But maybe I will. Maybe I will look into that, because you're right. She is extremely hyped. A lot of people. I mean, you talking about a lot of NBA players were high on her. Okay, good. So maybe this is a good time to buy the dip. I like it. Appreciate that, Joe. So yeah, man. Also, Joel, you've been a subscriber for the channel. I appreciate your support and all that. what content do you know, that I've created in the past really sticks out to you? You know, because I do a lot of mail days. Um, I do a lot of what is it? Like I try to do some speculation, but I really don't put too much of that out. Maybe if I focus a little bit more on like who I'm buying, what I'm selling. PSA return and mail day. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, I should have a big PSA mail day coming back here. Who knows? Hopefully they do it. I hope I got it out in time before they switched it to the 65 day. That when I processed it, it was still the 45 day. But man, if they push it out to 65 day, I'm gonna be waiting for a minute. So there might be a while till we get PSA return on that. I did get back the Pokemon card that I pulled. I only got a mint 9 on that one, so I was a little upset about that. But hey, you can't win them all, right? Yes, PSA, what you're sending and what you get is great content. Okay, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. I just got a text. Yeah, so I'll show you guys some of the more recent. Like I got this black and white coming in, man. This guy just tried to sell me like the rest of his Cooper Flag collection, and I'm like, man, I wanted to just buy all his cards, but he was like, he kind of hooked me up because he was like, there's a smudge on this autograph, because I was going to buy one of his Bowman Chrome autographs, but I guess there was a smudge on the auto, so I didn't want to buy it after he told me there was a smudge on it. So I don't know, it kind of just turned me off because, you know, PSA super scrutinizes that stuff, and that's already putting me at a 9 probably. So yeah, man, that's cool, man. 22 minutes, we are rolling. Yeah, so, you know, I'm just trying to grow this thing. You know, sports cards, there's so much content you can make. I went to Fanatics Fest. I got a lot of video on that, and I need to put that video out. I missed that window, but there is another Fanatics Fest coming. So maybe I can time it to when that all kind of coincides, and I can just put that out. Fanatics Fest was dope. Probably one of the best shows I've been to. Very interactive, like with whoever like was there. You could run the 40-yard dash. You could go hop into UFC cage. They had Tyson Chandler was there signing and taking pictures in the middle of the UFC octagon. What else was going on? There were so many booths, so many big major players in the sports card world that had set up at that show. So it was really, really a good time. Very good experience. But after like the first and second day, man, I get done with shows. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. This is just too much. So you don't really send much Kobe, LeBron, but I'm looking in the Jordan market, but they seem to grade that stuff harshly. Fanatics looked cool. Yeah, Fanatics Fest was definitely dope. You're right when it comes to grade, because so look, the older stuff. Now, a lot of people say that, you know, with PSA, they're trying to maintain certain segments of their market, right? So like they don't want to dish out a whole bunch of 10s, and then but at the same time, right? If you think about it, from 86 to now, okay, we're in 2025. What are the odds of those cards being actually a gem mint 10? Unless you pull them out the pack, right? And you do see that. You see still like people are pulling packs. You know, it probably costs you a house to open a pack from back in that day, or a trailer somewhere. But, you know, like what are the odds of you pulling an actual PSA 10 or finding a 10? I mean, you would have to find somebody that kept it in a binder that wasn't damaged by sun, that wasn't damaged by the elements, by different moves that they make, because people move a ton. So those cards get jostled around, banged around. So people didn't really collect and preserve like we do now, right? Like we preserve like super crazy, you know, like we're always throwing cards in, you know, some type of sleeve, some type of protector, right? Like, you know, this guy, these are cards from this gentleman's collection that I've been consigning. And, you know, even though they sat, right? Here's a gold Griffey from the 2003 set. He had an Ichiro, right? Look at this thing's off center. And then also there's whiting on a lot of the corners, but I'm still sending it. You know, these are, here's a Yadier Molina, right? From the 2003 set. And here's also a Joe Mauer rookie card. So, you know, it's tough. It's tough finding these cards. But like I said, this guy used to collect complete sets. So I'm just going through his complete sets, finding cards that are of value and taking a chance on it for him. And hopefully I could boost. I mean, I feel like it's better than trying to sell a complete set. If you can grade certain cards out of that, you can maximize his value as long as the condition is in good condition. But yeah, 30-year-old cards are very tough to grade. I agree. But value doesn't increase much if you send in cards and they only get PSA 8. You're right. PSA 9s too. Like PSA 9s right now aren't even getting anything really. You know, if you think about it, if it might be conducive to buy those PSA 9s, sit on them and hold. And then if the market does decide to like just spark and boom, I mean, well, you can ride that up. I mean, so if I just bought a Rock, the Rock, right? Talking about WWE. I just bought a PSA Mint 9 of the Rock, and I think I bought it for, I want to say I bought it for anywhere from 30 to 40 bucks, right? And it was a red variation numbered to 199. It's from the Topps Chrome set from last year, 2023. So, you know, anything Rock, good to buy, right? And plus, the guy probably spent anywhere from $15 to $20 just to grade it. So he's already under, right? Because he probably spent anywhere from $40 to $50 for the red variation of the Rock. So it just makes sense to buy PSA 9 for me right now. Like my mind always says, dude, just go buy PSA 9. Go buy PSA 9. Yeah, man, I agree. I agree. Rock is still the most electrifying athlete in sports entertainment today. Like you watch, like we were watching just the top 10 entrances, right? Like my daughter loves, what's his name? John Cena, right? So we were watching the top 10 entrances, and you can guess who was the number one, right? It was The Rock. I think when on his first return back to the WWE, I don't remember when he returned. I couldn't tell you the actual time or day or year, but when he returned, oh my gosh, the crowd went absolutely insane. So, you know, Rock has that stronghold. Even guys at work, I'm like, hey man, I just got this new Cody Rhodes red variation number to 10 or no number to 199. And they were like, well, if you had Undertaker, right? Undertaker's another big one. So they're like, if you have Undertaker or The Rock, I'll buy. And I'm like, dang it, I don't have any. So I've been trying to buy up some of those guys. And, you know, just because that over there, all, yeah, Undertaker for real, right? So, yeah, Rock, Stone Cold, Cena are best entrances ever. Yeah, I agree. Cody Rhodes, I can feel how the fans love Cody Rhodes. He's just very engaging, right? He's very hands-on with the fans. So he might be able to really kind of edge his way up. So I see Cody Rhodes being a long-time favorite for quite some time too. It's just that, you know, there is something missing, right? There is something missing with Cody Rhodes. And I don't know if he'll ever find that and it'll just all click. But he's got it. I mean, he's got it all, right? He's got them. He can talk. He's got the fans. He interacts with them. He's super involved. I see him going to like card shows like Fanatics Fest and stuff like that, right? So you get opportunities to meet him. Will Cody Rhodes be long term? I don't know. as long as Roman Reigns is still around, right? Or Roman Reigns is another big one too, man. Like I missed a lot of his career, but Roman Reigns is, I would say, is a big figure, and possibly even a good buy. I know there's a lot of collectors in Hawaii and Polynesian collectors and stuff like that. So the tribe, that little group that they've created, that whole tribe thing is pretty cool in my opinion. But yeah, man, not bad first stream, Joel, you are a OG, man. You are official OG right now. It's just you and me, and we're going to build this thing. We're going to get some people in here. I guarantee you. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep hustling. We're going to create a community. It's just going to take some time, and I have to be a little more consistent, for sure. Yeah, man. Same with you, man. Thanks for lighting up the chat. Thanks for hanging out and talking to me. What about card shows? Do you go to any card shows? Or how do you collect mostly? Are you buying off eBay? Do you collect off of going to your local card store, your LCS? How do you accumulate your cards? Are you a box buyer? Do you buy into breaks? It'd be cool to understand that. Yeah, local show is every 2 weeks. Okay, so you check out the local shows. Cool. So local shows, I got some local shows too. They're a little far for me. Yeah, you buy singles on eBay. Okay, cool. Do you try to focus on variations? Are you a base buyer? Do you like the micro variations, kind of like your basic standard refractors? Or do you aim and shoot for serial numbered stuff and try to get that really extra rare kind of things? You don't really break out. Breaking, man. They got to get a Breakers Anonymous out there, man, because some people, when they start breaking, they get hooked and they are in that for, it's like you can get really addicted to breaking. And it was kind of like razzing back in the day. I got into razzing. And that was like, you could go in, drop $100 and walk away with absolutely nothing. And that hurts. But I tend to stay away from boxes. The only boxes really that I do is I'll buy the box straight out. And the reason why I like to buy the box straight out is because you're protecting yourself, right? I always compare it to mutual funds. Mutual funds, they take like 200 stocks, they crunch it all together, and then they give you a value or a proposition or a number that you could buy into it. So I like doing that. I like buying a box because you secure yourself. You're covering your bases as the potential that you could be pulling any of those cards. Box values tend to go up over time because what happens is more and more people rip those things. So now it becomes less and less, right? So you create that scarcity from these breakers buying. So the last big box that I bought was the Super Jumbo Hobby Box from last year or 2 years ago. I think it was 2023. It's the one with Paul Skeen's first Bowman. And the reason why I bought it was because of the Tom Brady autographs that they put in there, right? So there was a lot of hobby buzz just based off the Tom Brady autos, because you could get Tom Brady autos once again in the Topps Bowman or the Bowman Chrome boxes, and then Paul Skeens went and erupted. So I was able to kind of, sometimes it just happens that way, right? When you're focused in one area or you're focused on one thing, that box can create value just from somebody else coming in and just stealing the limelight, but you're still covered, right? You've leveraged yourself with those Tom Brady autos. And I believe, you might want to fix me if I'm wrong, but I also believe that Belichick autographs, right? There was a variation of Belichick he signed, and he said, if Tom doesn't make it in baseball, at least he has football. So I always thought that was cool. So you work with whatever deals you can get. You have early entry to get into my local shows. So whatever gets set up early. Okay. All right. So one more thing about that, right? So let's say if I go to a show, All right. And I get early entrance. What do you do? Do you focus on showcase, or do you go hit the dollar boxes? Are you looking for the deals? Like, how do you, when you go to a card show, I think this will make great content, right? Because you got people that are coming into the hobby. They want to understand a little bit about, so you hit the value box. So you're sitting there going through the dollar and you're just trying to hit as much as you possibly can early, often, before anybody else gets in there, and you're getting all the good cards, essentially, is probably what it seems like you're trying to do. Okay, cool. Cool, man. Well, keep it up, man. I'm going to try to do this every weekend, right? Probably same time. I'll try to just continue that consistency, and maybe we can create a little bit of a hobby group here, and where everybody just comes in. We'll just talk about stuff, and that's essentially, at the end of the day, what it's all about. Early bird gets the worms, man. That's absolutely 100% for sure. All right, Joel. Well, I'm gonna hop off here, man. I'm a big pickleball player, so I'm gonna go get ready. I'm gonna go play some pickleball, man. Dominate some of these old folks locally. So we'll holla at you guys in the next one. I will. And good luck with you this week and the next. And yeah, man, keep collecting. And everybody that's watching this stream, that comes in here a little bit later, that hops into the stream, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. And join us every Saturday morning. It's going to be me and Joel right here every Saturday morning, right, Joel? You're going to be kicking with me. So every Saturday morning, yeah, buy what you love, right? Because you'll never be upset with it. You'll never be upset with it if you buy what you love, but buy it at a good price. And so yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, you guys make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you know when I go live. And yeah, man, I appreciate your time. All right, Joe, we'll catch you next week, brother. Holla at you, man. Peace out.